Come gather around, children. Let me tell you the story of the beginning of our universe and of the being that gave us life, the goddess. Before our universe formed, there was nothing but darkness. No light could be seen, as if the universe itself had its eyes closed. There was but one entity in the vastness of space. The being had a silhouette of a human woman. She is the one that we call the goddess. But a lazy goddess she was. After all, for her entire existence, she has been asleep, not once opening her eyes. But there was a time fate had different plans. The goddess, for the first time of her existence, opened her eyes. Her eyes shined brighter than our own sun and lit the universe for the first time. But as I said, she is a lazy goddess. Quickly, the goddess glanced in all directions and saw nothing. Bored, the goddess decided to once again shut her eyes and drift off into a peaceful slumber. The goddess quickly awoke again. She could not sleep. This has never happened before. The goddess, now agitated at her inability to sleep, decided to move around the universe. She has never explored it in the millennia that she was existed. The goddess went from one edge of the universe to another and was disappointed in what she saw. There was nothing, no living being, no stars, no rocks. There was just black. The goddess, unable to go to sleep, just drifted through space for centuries. But finally, she had gotten bored. The goddess implored for any entertainment, it didn't matter how small. But there was nothing. Finally, she decided to take matters into her own hands. The goddess collected every atom in the universe into her hands. There was such an abundance of atoms that this would have been the one time that they would have been visible from the naked eye. And as if blowing snow off of her gloves, the goddess gently breathed life into the universe, creating everything that the eye can see, from the stars in the sky to the soil beneath our feet. The goddess, ecstatic with her work, became mesmerized with the lights that she is seeing. The goddess has never seen anything like this. She was bewitched by the lights she created and watched over them, until the goddess finally became tired. This is the first time the goddess has done anything that took some effort. The goddess slowly drifted back to sleep, excited for the next time she wakes up. For the universe will no longer be the dark abyss that it once was. Instead, it is now a wonderland in which the goddess can seek enjoyment. The goddess slept for a very long time, and once she awoke again, she saw strange rocks that had gathered around lights. The lights were our sun, and the rocks are the planets that we have come to know. The goddess, unable to contain herself, quickly went to the strange structures that she saw. The goddess has never seen anything like the sun. Although the goddess doesn't care for cold or warmth, the warmth of the sun drew the goddess in. She felt extremely comfortable being near the sun, and would cuddle around it, as we do around the campfire. She stayed near the sun for a long time, until she saw something that caught her eye. A planet that had many things that she has not seen on any other rock. The planet shined blue and green. The goddess could also see so many different species that has never existed before. The planet the goddess looked upon was called Earth. The goddess made her way to Earth. And this is where we end part 1 of the goddess's journey. The goddess, when she arrived to Earth, could not contain her excitement. She became everything: the wind, the water, the earth. The goddess' reach extended to the entirety of Earth. But this alone did not satisfy her. Although the goddess was able to feel all new sensations in a variety of ways, something was missing. On a particularly windy day, the goddess noticed a human attempting to walk against the wind. They were unsuccessful, allowing the wind to knock them off their feet, falling into a nearby puddle. The goddess observed this human with great curiosity. How fun it must be to feel so many different things at the same time. She hatched an idea, and the goddess decided to give herself the body of a human. The goddess took the form of a beautiful woman, and the first time she felt the grass beneath her feet, the goddess was already enamored with the world. She could feel all the things of a human: touch, smell, taste, sight, and hearing. The soft grass beneath her feet, the brashness of the wind crashing into her, the smell of nature, the sounds of the birds in the sky. The goddess was in love with it all. The goddess's mortal form gathered great interest from the wildlife, and all the animals in the forest came to greet the goddess. The lions, bears, snakes, birds, insects, deer, all came to the goddess. The first thing the goddess did was hug the lion and the bear, in which both animals greeted her warmly. The two were so comfortable the goddess instantly fell asleep. Our lazy goddess has not changed at all. The bear carried the goddess on its back towards the center of the forest. When the goddess finally woke again, she was surrounded by bear and lion cubs, greeting her playfully. The bear cubs standing on their hind legs, attempting to shock the goddess, and play bites from the lion cubs, hoping she will play with them. The cuteness of the baby animals caused the goddess to chase the two, playing endlessly for the entire morning. But the goddess felt a disturbance. There was a visitor in the woods. Curious, the goddess ran over and was accompanied by the forest animals. She peeked from behind the trees to see a little girl in the forest picking flowers. This is the first time the goddess has seen a human since witnessing the man being assaulted by the wind. She really wanted to greet the girl, but the little girl saw her first. The little girl fell in shock and started calling over to the goddess to run away because there were animals behind her. Of course, the goddess didn't understand, and the girl didn't understand that those animals were the goddess's friends. The bear and lion cubs could no longer contain their excitement and ran over to the little girl, wanting to play, though if anyone else saw the scene, you would think they were bullying her. The little girl almost began to cry until the goddess stood above her. She was taken aback by the goddess's beauty. Then the girl stood up and asked the goddess why was she naked. She may catch a cold. The goddess simply looked at the child. The goddess thought she was interesting. The goddess decided to take a similar form to the girl. The little girl turned to look, to see if anyone was around so that they don't see the goddess naked. Then when she turned back, the goddess took the form of a child as well, wearing the same clothes as the girl. The girl was surprised and asked her where the naked lady that was just there went. The goddess just looked at her with confusion. The girl was quick to go with the flow and just accepted that the lady was gone, and the one in front of her must now be her daughter. "My name is Bella," the girl told the goddess, then asked the goddess her name, to which she could not answer. "Your mom didn't give you a name. She must be a terrible person." "Fine, it seems that she left you. You can come live with me and my family." Bella grabbed the goddess's hand and began to walk back to the town she is from, while complaining about the goddess mother. The animals gave a follow, Bella noticed, and yelled that they couldn't come and began to run with the goddess. The goddess gave a smile as they ran towards the town, where the goddess would forever change the lives of the people there. Bella, while running with the goddess, got lightheaded. Bella blamed the animals, thinking that they got her too excited, and that's why her head feels weird. In reality, it was the goddess. While holding hands, the goddess connected their souls, allowing her to gather information about Bella and the world through her memories. This put a strain on Bella. The goddess apologized and put her hand on Bella's head, easing the pain. Bella, with tears in her eyes from the head rush, thanked the goddess wholeheartedly. Then Bella realized the goddess spoke. "Did you say sorry?" "You did, I heard you," Bella said excitedly. "So you can talk. I was worried since you haven't said anything the entire time." The goddess explained that she couldn't talk before, but thanks to Bella, she was finally able to. "Ah, it was the animals, wasn't it? They scared you so bad that you lost your voice. But don't worry, I'm here now, and I won't let them scare you anymore." The goddess simply laughed at Bella's misunderstanding. You don't believe me, do you? Bella said to the goddess. Bella explained that she was very mature for her age, seeing how she is already taking care of her mother, cleaning the house, cooking food, and assisting her with medicine. I'm basically an adult, Bella exclaimed. Their conversation reminded Bella of her mother. She was out to collect herbs for her mother and forgot because of the animals. She was too worried about saving the goddess that she forgot her original goal. They were already near the village, and she decided to go back. Bella lived in a small cabin. In fact, all of the village's people lived in small cabins. They were built by the group effort of the village. Some were bigger if there was more family living in the quarters. For Bella, it was just her and her sick mother. Bella's mother fell ill around 2 years ago and has had a tough time, though the past year has been significantly worse. She was bedridden, and all of her energy was non-existent. She slept most of the day and couldn't even stand to make food for her daughter. The only time she tried, she collapsed onto the ground. Bella had to run out yelling for help. Since then, she began to accept her limits. There is a doctor that's able to make simple medicine to help ease her pain. Bella often goes out to collect certain herbs that the doctor uses to make a paste for Bella's mother. Bella walked indoor greeted by her mother and the doctor. "Mama!" Bella yelled as she ran into her arms. Then she noticed the goddess standing by the door. She questioned Bella about the goddess. "Is this a new friend, Bella?" Bella, with a wide smile across her face, yelled, "Yes, this is my friend. She was in the forest surrounded by animals." But Bella fought them off and escaped with her. After all, Bella is mature, so it's my job to take care of the little ones. Bella was proud with her chest puffed out. Her mother simply chuckled at her story. "Would you mind telling me your friend's name?" "Of course, her name is... I don't know." To which her mother and doctor both burst into laughter. Then Bella's mother asked the goddess, "What is your name, child?" The goddess answered, telling them that she does not have a name. Then they asked of her parents, to which the goddess explained she was never born, she just is. They were confused and figured that she must have been in an abusive home, and her parents didn't even bother to name her before abandoning her in a forest with animals. Bella grabbed the goddess' hand and told her, "It's okay, you are Bella's little sister now, and you can stay here with us." "Right, Mom." Bella's mom nodded in agreement. "We don't have much, but surely we can have a little more for you." "But a little girl, especially one as beautiful as yourself, must have a name." Bella decided to take up the responsibility of naming her. "Gaia, you'll be named Gaia." The goddess smiled and accepted the name. It felt as if she was beginning to become a part of these beings. Bella's mother then goes into a coughing fit, to which the doctor helped give her water and laid her down on the bed, which was a little more than hay with some animal hide on it. He told Bella to hand him the herbs, to which Bella began to cry, telling them that she didn't bring the herbs with her because of the animals. She forgot to grab some. Bella cried loudly, then her mother grabbed her hand. "It's okay, Bella," she assured her. "I'll be fine without it for one day." But then she began another coughing fit. The doctor told Bella that he will go back to his cabin to see what he has that may help. Quickly, he left out the door. Seeing the sad Bella and her sickly mother piqued the goddess's interest. "What is it about this human that makes your soul flutter in such a way?" Bella, angry, yelled at the goddess, "She's my mother. Of course I'd be sad if she's hurt." "What's a mother?" the goddess asked. To which Bella explained, "When one person likes another a lot, a baby starts to grow in her stomach. Then poof, one day they pop out to the world. So you and this one are related. Is that why your auras are so intertwined?" The goddess hummed as she shook her head. "Do you mind if I hold your hand as well?" To which Bella's mom extended it. The goddess, just as she did with Bella, siphoned the experience of her soul and added it to her being. The goddess saw the life Bella's mom has led to this point. The trials and tribulations quickly flashed through the goddess's mind. But just as with Bella, such a thing takes a toll, and Bella's already weak mother. quickly passed out from the experience. Bella yelled for her mother, shaking her, but her mother would not budge. Bella began to cry uncontrollably, saying she has to find the doctor. She told Gaia to follow, but Gaia sat in a trance holding her mother's hand. Bella yelled at Gaia, cursing her, saying she shouldn't have brought her back and should have let the animals eat her, then ran out the door. Gaia, once done, looked at Bella's mother. A pure soul such as you, this flesh simply holds you back. But I can sense the connection between you and the younger one. Your passing of this world would only corrupt your soul, as you see yourself as leaving her behind. I shall allow you a vessel that can contain such a soul as yours. The goddess then shared a piece of her divinity with Bella's mother, healing her in an instant. She rose instantly with a burst of energy and looked to her right to see Gaia holding her hand. You? What are you? Gaia loved the interesting questions she asked, to which she answered, to put it into terms you can understand, I guess you could call me the creator. The creator? So you're... Before she could finish her thought, Bella burst through the door in tears, yelling that she couldn't find the doctor. In a brief pause of Bella crying her eyes out, she looked over at her mom to see her sitting up. Mommy! Bella ran towards her mother, diving into her arms, and continued to cry uncontrollably. Bella's mother simply hugged Bella and stroked her hair. Now, Bella, as you can see, I'm okay. In fact, your mother hasn't felt this good in a long time. If you keep crying, you're gonna set a bad example for Gaia. You're supposed to be the big sister, right? Bella stepped back and wiped her eyes. You're right. Bella is a big sister now. She can't be crying. Bella walked over to Gaia and held her hands. I'm sorry for yelling at you, Gaia. Bella promises she will be a good big sister from now on. Gaia smiled at Bella and hugged her. It's okay, Bella. You were just worried that Mommy was hurt. Bella's mom was taken aback by what Gaia said. Mommy? She questioned. Yes, you are Mommy, are you not? She clarified. I am Bella's mom because I gave birth to her, but the name I was given is Leah, Ms. Gaia. Bella looked at her mother, confused. She seemed to be talking in a strange way. Mommy, why are you talking to Gaia as if she is an adult? Gaia is Bella's little sister. Of course she can call you Mommy. No, Bella, you don't understand. Gaia is... No! Bella yelled. Gaia is Bella's sister. Bella went over and hugged Gaia. Gaia, you're Bella's sister, right? Yes. Good, then my mommy is your mommy. Okay, I understand, Bella. Mommy it is. No, Gaia, you can call me Leah. Why does the name I call you matter so much? Calling Mommy implies I'm above you and that you are under my protection. Bella looked at Leah, confused. Gaia also looked at Leah's mom with a curious face on. Mommy, do you not want Gaia? No, Bella. It's not that. It's just that I... Okay, you win, Gaia. You can call me Mommy as well if you want. Bella burst out in excitement and grabbed Gaia to run out the door. She couldn't contain her enjoyment at officially getting a sister. She went to introduce everyone to Gaia. Bella ran with Gaia to the middle of town and yelled at the top of her lungs. Hey everyone, come over here. I want to introduce you to the newest member of my family. This is Gaia, she is my little sister. Every reacted in shock and awe at Bella's announcement. Some kids ran over to meet Gaia, teasing Bella that she can't be her sister because she's too cute to be a tomboy's sister. To which Bella hit them in the head, causing the kids to run away. Then some adults came to see what the commotion was about. One older lady complimented Gaia. Oh, what a pretty young girl you are. She then went to give Gaia a piece of candy. Then Leah walked over telling Bella not to cause such a commotion. Bella, a little dejected, told her that she's just really happy to have a sibling. Leah smiled and patted Bella on the head. Some other women came over, teasing Leah. I didn't know you were pregnant, Leah. So your body was so weak because you were pregnant, huh? The townspeople teased, as they burst into laughter. Then the doctor came running over. Leah, what are you doing? You're not supposed to be out of bed. You had just collapsed. Bella screamed at the sudden realization. That's right, Mommy. What are you doing? You are supposed to be resting. Bella began to push Leah's legs in an attempt to get her to go back to the house. Thank you, Dr. Dan and Bella, for taking care of me over the years. I feel great right now. In fact, I feel better than even before I fell ill. I don't think I'll be needing that medicine anymore. What are you talking about, Leah? People don't suddenly just get better, it takes time. The doctor grabbed Leah to take her pulse and fell back onto the ground. I've never seen anything like this. Your pulse, it's strong. See, Doc? I told you. I'm as healthy as an ox, Leah said as she flexed her arm. Healthy as an ox is right. Your pulse is as strong as Tiger, and he's the captain of our guards. What? Leah was in shock at what the doctor said and looked over at Gaia, who just smiled at her. Leah looked over at Bella and walked over to her. Bella was a little confused as she looked at her mother. Leah bent over to pick up Bella and held her in her arms. A stream of tears came down her face. You see that, Bella? Mommy can hold you again. I'm all better now. You don't have to worry about me anymore. You don't have to go into the forest looking for herbs anymore. I'll take care of you from now on. Thank you being so strong, baby, and taking care of Mommy for so long. Bella cried again, hugging Leah's neck firmly, as if someone would try to pull her off. Everyone in town wiped away tears at the touching scene, happy that Leah's family is whole again. Once Leah and Bella finally calmed down, the doctor walked over to them. I still can't believe it, Leah. What happened for you to rise like this suddenly? Leah reached out her hand to Gaia, who grabbed it. I don't know. I guess it's a miracle from God. Leah smiled at Gaia, and Gaia smiled back. Now I'm heading home. It's been a while since I cooked my daughter a decent meal, and now I have one more to cook for. I hope I haven't lost my skills in these last 2 years. The trio arrived home, and Leah began cooking for the girls. Bella began showing Gaia her most prized possessions, little things that she has collected over the years. But Gaia showed no interest, not because what Bella had was boring, but she was enamored with something else. The shiny sphere-shaped item that was given to her by the older lady. Leah looked over at Gaia and noticed she was holding it in the air and staring at it, unsure what to make of it. Leah chuckled to herself. Gaia, do you like the gift that Grandma gave you? Do I like it? I don't know. What is it? Well, it's a piece of candy. Candy? Gaia said as she looked over at Leah with an extreme curiosity. Yes, it's a small ball of honey. It's sweet and fun to eat while it melts. Gaia's eyes lit up as she asked the most adorable question. Can I have it? Of course you can have it. It was gifted to you after all. Gaia threw the sweet treat in her mouth and held her cheeks with both hands as she marveled at how delicious it was. Gaia began to prance around the house in joy as she ate her candy when she looked at Bella. Bella, this candy is so delicious, you should try it. Gaia spit the candy out onto her hand and offered it to Bella. To which Bella put her hand on her hip and waved her finger. Gaia, you mustn't play with your food. I want you to try this candy. It's rude to offer someone something that's been in your mouth, Gaia. Geez, didn't your mommy and daddy teach you? Then Bella caught herself and gasped in shock. She went over and hugged Gaia. I'm sorry, Gaia. Bella didn't mean to say mean things to you. Don't worry, you're Bella's sister now, and I'll teach you everything and protect you from now on. Bella then grabbed Gaia by the hand and walked over to Leah, who was in the kitchen. Mom, we need a towel to wipe Gaia's hand. Leah simply chuckled at Bella's misunderstanding and handed her a towel. Bella wiped Gaia's hand for her as she finished the piece of candy and was disappointed that it was all gone. Gaia looked over to Leah to ask if she had more candy. No more candy, Gaia. The food is just about done. You two sit at the table and get ready for a meal. Gaia didn't quite understand, but was pulled by Bella over to the table. Seeing Bella's enthusiasm made Gaia just as excited. There must be something good coming. Leah brought over a big pot that had a simple stew in it, a light broth, meat, potatoes, carrots, a couple smaller bowls and spoons to eat with. Leah went around and filled up the girls' bowls with the stew. Bella quickly grabbed her spoon and began to throw the food in her mouth, which made her choke from eating too fast. Leah quickly scolded. Bella, where are your manners? You ought to create a good example for Gaia. I'm sorry, Mommy, it's just been so long, Bella said with the brightest smile on her face. One it would be hard to look straight at without squinting your eyes. Gaia just observed and saw Bella using the spoon. Gaia picked up the spoon and put some broth on it and took a sip. The flavors that came through was too much for Gaia to process. She didn't know how to describe it, so she didn't. Just like Bella, Gaia began to funnel stew into her mouth as fast as possible. Just like Bella, she began to choke from eating too fast and spit up a little stew. See, Bella? Gaia followed your example and now she has soiled herself. It's not our fault, the stew is just too good, right, Gaia? Gaia nodded her head. Yes, it's good. She was then pulled by Bella to her room. Bella gave Gaia a change of clothes, but her clothes were a little too big for the goddess. The shirt looked as if she was wearing a dress. This is my favorite shirt, Gaia. I'm giving it to you as a gift for becoming my sister. But be careful eating the stew. Don't spill any on the shirt. Okay, Bella, I won't. The two then went back out to finish their meal, and a great meal it was. The pot was left empty by the girls. Leah smiled warmly as she left to wash the pot. The girls sat in the living room, and Bella told Gaia of all her adventures when she was going out to find herbs for the doctor. Running from Tiger, who was trying to bring her back, fighting off rabbits that were trying to eat the herbs, escaping from bugs who were drawn to her from the smell of the plants. The stories died down as Bella began to get tired. That's when Leah walked through the door and told them that it was time to get ready for bed. Bella washed her face and put on her pajamas. Gaia followed along, but didn't change clothes as what she had on was all she had. The two slept in Bella's bed, sleeping while holding hands. The little family was starting to form, and bonds began that Gaia would have never saw coming.